Good morning, good afternoon everyone. My name is Romain Pilar. I am with my colleague Stéphane Bress. We are applications engineers at Teledyne e2v, and we are here to introduce for the first time the demonstration of our latest digital to analog converter, or D2A converter, the EV12 DD700. This is a 12-bit resolution converter, a dual channel, with an update rate of 12 gigasamples per second or 24 gigasamples per second, depending on the output mode that will be described. Today, this is with this first silicon version that Teledyne e2v demonstrates its strategy to create data converters, giving access to the entire microwave spectrum directly from the digital domain. So with an output bandwidth above 20 gigahertz, as we can already see on the screen behind us, and with the introduction of digital functions, this is the most advanced digital to analog converter on the market today, enabling very wide instantaneous signal generation at very high frequencies. On the analog section of the D2A converter, Teledyne e2v pursues a sort of tradition over the D2A converter generations with the capability to address frequency ranges using multi-Nyquist operation, using classical modes such as non-return to zero, or NRZ, or radio frequency mode, or RF, in order to maximize the output power in the first or second and third Nyquist zones. The EV12 DD700 introduces a new mode, the 2RF mode, in order to maximize the output power in the fourth or fifth Nyquist zone, so between 18 and 30 gigahertz, considering a clock frequency at 24 gigahertz. The EV12 DD700 is suitable for modern digital signal generators without the need of up-converter stages. The D2A converter not only has microwave capabilities, or exciting microwave capabilities, but it also embeds digital functions in order to enable the digitization of traditional analog RF functions. To name these functions, the converter has fast frequency hopping function that can be used for communication encryption. There is the beamforming and beam hopping function with amplitude and phase control that can be used in multi-channel systems such as digital or hybrid phased arrays used in satellites in space or base stations on the ground. There is a digital direct synthesis function to make it a very high frequency DDS. There is a chirp generator for radar applications, and then a digital up converter with interpolation factors by 4, by 8, and by 16 for users who don't need full instantaneous bandwidth, and in order to reduce the interface between the D2A converter and the logic component like an FPGA. So Stéphane, what can you tell us about the setup that we have in front of us? What are these boards?
So there are two boards. The first board is the power supply board, where we can see 8 power blocks to supply the digital to analog converter. The second board is the product board with the EV12 DD700 digital to analog converter inserted in its socket here. There is also a Xilinx FPGA, a Kintex UltraScale KU085. This FPGA is used to transmit the data to analog converter. The high-speed serial lane is supported by the protocol of communication EasyStream, transmitting the data at a lane rate up to 12 gigabits per second. There are several connectors, 2.92 mm connectors. 2 are used to input the clock frequency of the DAC, and these 2 are used to output the analog signals. To run the demo, we also need several pieces of equipment. These 2 equipment are provided by Rohde & Schwarz. We need a signal generator, a SMB100A, to generate the input clock frequency of the digital to analog converter. And this one is a spectrum analyzer, the FSW26, to display the analog outputs. We have also 2 evaluation boards of the BAL0020 SLG balloons. We use these balloons to convert the single-ended output of the signal generator to a differential input clock for the digital to analog converter. And to convert the differential analog output of a digital to analog converter to the single input of the spectrum analyzer. Finally, we also need this computer to communicate with the FPGA and configure the digital to analog converter through a USB communication.
So now that all is set to run the D2A converter, how do you control it? How do you control the component? Maybe can you describe the user interface?
Yes. So this is the graphical user interface after a successful startup. There are a lot of buttons and tabs. I will not describe all these tabs and buttons, but only the one used for this demo. At the top, first, we have a diode temperature button to monitor in real time the temperature of the digital to analog converter. The F-clock field allows to enter the clock frequency, the input clock frequency of the digital to analog converter. There is a reset digital to analog converter button to reset only the EV12DD700. A sync button to synchronize the serial communication between the FPGA and the digital to analog converter. A debug and monitoring button to read the status of some register inside the EV12DD700. And a pattern generator button. I will describe this tab later. Just below on the left of the interface, we have the digital to analog main controls to configure the different modes of the EV12DD700. The output mode, we can select NRZ, RF, and 2RF mode. Here, for example, the 2RF mode is selected. We can also select the resolution, 12-bit or 8-bit. The interpolation mode, we can choose to use the digital to analog converter in real mode, so with interpolation off, or in complex mode with interpolation by 4, 8, or 16. And there are also internal test mode. With them, we can generate ramp, constant value, flash patterns, and flat FFT waveform. These waveforms are generated inside the EV12DD700. On the right, there are the tabs used to configure the digital feature of the EV12DD700. On this tab, we can, for example, go here, the Direct Digital Synthesis tab, where we can select the Nyquist zone, the local oscillator frequency. We can choose to enable the DDS and set the amplitude of the DDS. We can also configure a chirp. Like in the DDS mode, we can select the Nyquist zone, but also the start frequency, the stop frequency, and the sweep rate of the chirp waveform. And in the frequency hopping tab, we can, through this table, list the frequency we want to hop on and stream the frequency words to the digital to analog converter by programming it through SPI or a dedicated high-speed serial lane. In the beam hopping tab, we can select 4 zones to define a different beam hopping direction, beam direction. For each zone, we can configure the gain and the phase delay to apply. Finally, the last digital feature, the sync compensation, allows flattening the output spectrum.
So Stéphane, can you show us how to generate a single tone pattern, let's say above 20 gigahertz, so using the 2RF mode, with a clock frequency of 20 gigahertz? Yeah, please, yeah. A single tone.
So first I have to click on the pattern generator button. In this tab, we can generate different waveforms, for instance, single tone, multitone, or NPR. We select single tone. In the frequency field, I enter 20.15 gigahertz. And with this button, I generate and send the pattern to the FPGA. We are now able to display with a spectrum analyzer the fundamental of the frequency generated. So here we see a 20.15 gigahertz frequency with a SFDR relative to the carrier of 50 dB.
So great, Stefan. What about the digital features? What about the DDS, the chirp, the frequency hopping? For example, the DDS, can you show the same single tone at 20.15 gigahertz using the DDS instead of the real mode?
Yes, so I have to go back to the Direct Digital Synthesis tab. I enable the DDS, set the local oscillator frequency to 20.15 gigahertz, and I can tune the amplitude up to the maximum amplitude. Yeah, and so we should have the same performance as before. So yes, we can see a SFDR relative to the carrier of 50 dB. So it's pretty good. And we have the same performance using the data transmission between the FPGA to the digital to analog converter and using the embedded direct digital synthesis of the EV12 DD700.
So Stefan, can you show us the chirp generator function? For example, with a chirp generated between 6.5 and 8.5 gigahertz?
Yes. So I configured the signal generator at 10 gigahertz to generate a chirp in the second Nyquist in RF mode. So in the chirp tab, I set the start frequency to 6.5 gigahertz and the stop frequency to 8.5 gigahertz. I enable the chirp and the amplitude, and we should see a chirp in the second Nyquist between 6.5 gigahertz and 8.5 gigahertz.
So Stefan, can you show us a last example enabling the fast frequency hopping with an interpolated pattern?
Yeah. So I will generate in RF mode between 5 and 10 gigahertz an interpolated pattern. I just select interpolation by 4, and in the pattern generator I select a complex pattern to fill all the instantaneous bandwidths. I enable the pattern, so we can see we have this pattern in the second Nyquist in RF mode. I can then select interpolation by 8. We see a reduction by 2 of the instantaneous bandwidth. And we can also select by 16, interpolation by 16, and we reduce by 2 the instantaneous bandwidth. In the frequency hopping tab, I select different frequency to hop on, 6 GHz, 9 GHz, 7 GHz, and 8 GHz. I enable the frequency hopping feature, and now we can see the pattern jumping between these frequencies.
Thank you, Stefan. So you have shown us a very powerful D2A converter. In fact, this is more than a D2A converter. To summarize, we have the very first silicon version of a multi-channel data converter capable to generate signals up to the K-band, rich of digital functions that will enable the next generation of transmit systems.